How you doing, guys? We're going to take a look at Color Grading Central's Final Cut Pro 10 plugin called ColorFinale. When Final Cut Pro 10 came out, they got rid of the color wheels and went with a color board. And so this replaces that functionality along with other features we're going to take a look at. And once you install the plugin, you'll actually have a ColorFinale in your app folder as well. If you need to set up some things, you can open up the LUT manager, and you can also transfer your LUTs from the LUT utility, also from Color Grading Central, and activate your license if need be. And we already have Final Cut Pro 10 open. Now this was crashing on me a lot earlier. I don't think it's because of ColorFinale. It was because I'm running screencasting software at the same time, and it was too much, I think. Now, like I said, one of the problems before with Final Cut Pro 10, they removed color wheels. We do have the color. They do have the color board, which I have absolutely no problem using as well. In fact, I kind of prefer it a little bit. So you can adjust your color, saturation, and exposure. But like I said, we're here to actually look at the ColorFinale plugin, which is here in your effects folder. I already brought it up, and once you open it up, it actually gives you a pop-up panel. And before it was only in the inspector. Now you have a panel you can move around, and it's much bigger and easier to use. You have 4 selections. The color wheels functionality is back. You have curves. You can do all your color correction using curves, your LUT utilities, and 6 vectors. Looking at the color wheels, you have one for lift, gamma, and gain. Your lift is actually for your shadows. Gamma is for your midtones, and gain for your highlights. And so we're going to do a quick color correction if it doesn't crash on me. So we're going to actually bring down the gain. So we're going to use the gain slider, and down here we're going to bring up the mids as far as exposure to our liking, right about there. Also, we're going to bring up the saturation slider, which is the far right. Bring that up slightly. And then as far as color correction, we're going to go to our Rgb Parade. And as you can see, our blues are actually the reds and greens a little bit higher than the blues. So we're going to bring the blue up to match it, so we can have all 3 colors even, which is right about there. We're going to leave it right here as well. You can also put in more than one at a time, so you can actually have 2 or more color wheels, curves, and so on, as many as you need, and your computer resources. Like I said, you can do curves the same way for color correction, which I mainly use the color wheels or even the color board. Now the LUT utility, they also kind of new incorporated into it, which I imported from the LUT utility. And here I also have some of the impulse from the Color Grading Central as well. I'm using the default cube store, and here I've got a bunch of LUTs in here to utilize that. And then you simply choose the LUT that you want to use, and then you apply down here. I'm not going to use it because I'm afraid it's going to crash my screencasting software. Now also you can go down here to your color wheels, or even any of your 4 adjustments, and you can adjust the opacity if you want to mix it in with your original video clip to get what you need, and as well as in your final mix, which is in your inspector right here. So you can also mix that in as well, all 4 adjustments.